Attention gamers. We've all been there. You're watching the game in black and white, some dude named Kangaroo Jack is just rubbing his sweaty gooch all over your base. You finally wake up and rush out to the thing like he is your dog in a chokehold, and you think that with the help of a fed blondie surely you guys will find the attacks that actually do damage to such a ridiculous creature. You run up to light it on fire thinking this mole rat in his top hat is finally dead, but then he just calls in his second rooster. Your ADC comes over asking what all the ruckus is about. Some self-appointed coach in the comments of this video is telling you 6 ways why this gross depiction of imbalance in this game is actually your fault, and before 3 of you finally take him down you get put on the bench again with time to double check the facts that it was actually your teammates who were more fed than the little Australian animal abuser. But my point is, ADCs are OP. It's the only explanation why they have to be sent to the back of the proverbial bus, the bot lane, where they just open their mouths and accept nerfed amounts of XP because Riot can't find the Krabby Patty magic formula to just balance them, so they have to keep them slightly behind all game. But today I found a solution for their supports. Introducing the double support item tech to give supports much more gold in their pockets every game. It's simple: you buy one item, stack it up to 500 to get your warding powers, finish stacking it up to the 1000 gold earned cap, and then sell it off for a fat 160 before buying another one and doing it all again, giving you thousands of extra gold over the course of the game. And the process of popping off is easy, so I will first demonstrate on the Hextech Bomb Rat and then show you a champ that feels like it was made for this strat, almost like it was a love story where the two could finally be together, alone, one of them tied up. Sorry, I'm in the middle of writing my erotic novel for an English assignment and I can't decide on which couple I want to do all the 50 shades of grey dirtiness to each other. My top 3 contenders are a man who goes by Seducer, and the counter to his charm, the Temptress. She's used to the pay pig simps who will never get her, but he's got the abs and that weird vampiric confidence to slay her. Then I have Syphi and Rotos, who I know wouldn't make nearly as steamy of a scene as the last two, but I can't help but to think about all the lines I can write about Syphi giving Rotos literal blue balls, and so that's why they are up there. But my top pick has to be Minaya and Coronar. The plot of Beauty and the Beast earned over 1.2 billion, so surely copying the idea for a paper that's supposed to be about the Winter Olympics will earn me a C, so I'm sticking with that. Oh, and all these couples are champs in Raid Shadow Legends, the free-to-play mobile game with 80 million downloads, console graphics on your phone, hundreds of unique champs with endless ways to customize them, and badass bosses to take on. Raid provides an experience that's always getting updated, like how between now and March 14th new players can head to this site, enter your player ID and play one of the Valentine's-themed minigames for a chance at amazing in-game and real-life prizes. Even old players can feel the love by entering code STValentine23 for a small gift. Not to mention all the prizes you'll get from using my link or scanning my code to get the game worth $35 shards, gems, XP boosts, and Jotun, a 6-starter Pokemon to help you stomp through the game. Okay, now for anyone who actually wants to try this strat, the big question is, which item do you build first? And I know you may be tempted to do the poke one, lane against the Obamas, throw so much shit at them you're practically wearing a MAGA hat while earning so much damn money of throwing shit at them you wish you could get some of those Donny J tax loopholes too. But trust me, always start Relic Shield, as that shit is hard as hell to stack mid to late game when everyone is A-rammed and one-shotting minions. But anyways, like I mentioned, I like to play the Bomb Rat and run Demolish so that when we shove the shitters in early I can take plates away from them like I'm a motherfucking bus boy for their table and they just finish their hummus. Rinse repeat this bullshit until their burnt bagel bite of a support is looking like one piss vial will send him home in an ashtray, and then you make your move. Then rather than roaming to gank frozen lanes, I just wait for enemies to back at moronic times, and then I catch an Uber over there to throw more shit at their statues. This gives me enough early gold to bully any trenchcoat wearing bitch who looks like she bleached her hair with Clorox out of my lane so that Obama can farm in peace. I'm guessing it probably just sucks the morale out of you suffering from 3rd-degree burn wounds. Your ADC is more absent than your father, and some little Dexter's Laboratory looking rugrat is breaking more plates than a defective dishwasher, so it only makes sense when you see he left and went as far from home as he could. But I heard Burning Man is a great party, so I'm willing to travel for it. And this opens things up for your jungler to give birth to the largest water cockroach I've seen in my life, which comes out of the womb just perfectly trained to nose tackle towers before top ops into flashing, which sets up a nice nuke. But you have to remember she's blind, so she couldn't see how fed their jungler was and immediately died right after. Then straight back top, I'm so damn mobile you could throw T in front of my name and sell me at a discount as a cell phone plan, and I want nothing to do with little top hatted Ronnie, knowing he'll just call his rooster as I'm just in the area to take down towers and get out. At this point I've fully stacked my support item, sucked it dry like it was in a room with Riley Reid, but I had to take care of Zippy, who was seemingly lost in a bad part of town, so I figured I would head over there to give her directions back to base, but Toph I guess takes pride in being the one to share the latest detail she discovered. But yeah, quick mid-lane vandalism filled pit stop, and then I put my first support item up on Facebook Marketplace so that I had room to buy a second. Turns out Aurelian Sol wanted to show everyone the new fake tits Riot gave him, so they're all in the forest with a half chub in anticipation, but Zhao Kama's quickly dies, and then Brand sets a world record for most Lucian bullets deep-throated in 3 seconds before piecing out as well. The objective at this point is to find any lane that's pushed and to piggyback onto it like Kled does his kangaroo, because you are now the bomb squad, but then I make sure to get out before those bad guys start doing their cocaine, but Jack Sparrow must be drunk or something, so he stays and ultimately dies, leaving me in a bit of a tight pursuit. Until the hero I need comes in all like. We get word that the enemy is trying to slay a dragon, so I'm like, hey, wouldn't it be a fun exercise to show off all the mobility Riot entered into the game by all doing our superhero entrances into the pit. Toph rock surfs the Samsung Galaxy, sperm cell floats, and Obama dashes over. I take the stairs, everyone's losing their shit over it until it's just me, and that one bagel bite that you leave in the oven for too long, so I hit a flash so good you'd think they were fake, and then Lucy gets lucky. And one reason I love Ziggs for this strategy is that when half the lobby is on the black and white bench watching me with FOMO in their eyes, I can take everything they've ever worked for in one little midget parade, which would have gone better if that Billie Eilish didn't OD on cocaine while chasing me out, but my tower taking potential had been realized, and so a few seconds and perhaps a few ugly dumb deaths that I edited out later, I knew it was my time to shine. And there you have it, the perfect backdoor, but I wasn't done here. You see, taking the relic shield bullshit just felt like a handicap, so I found that Ashe is the best for this, as she can rock both pokey variants instead and still have her E to get vision during the small gap of wardlessness you go through. This one started off with me poking and getting poked more than 2 kids driving bumper carts until J3's son came in looking like he was interested in a gank, until I went over to help with the setup, but he must have saw a shiny object off screen and ran over to chase it. This put me in a situation where I've never really baited a gank from this angle, but here's the thing, my elementary school counselor didn't call me the master baiter for nothing, as I tic-tac attack until Obama's wife gets the idea to do something about it, which in this case was die. But something you probably don't know is that J3 was an absent father, and hopefully the way his son turned out gives you an understanding as to what kind of issues that can cause, so a bit of a good thing was ruined here. And then a minute later I was like, hey guys, they are getting an objective, and he was all like, well, I'll make sure they don't get my red buff too, but I can't really complain because he eventually came down herd dogging Bird Hitler into our lane for an easy murder, and then got both right clickers in his earthy crust colon right after to set up another. We get back to a little 2v2, but little does Michelle know I Amazon primed the largest inflatable arrow straight to her horse mouth, which sets up T1 for the kill, while I shift my focus onto hypnotizing Tristana into a trance where she just AFK walks towards me until she dies. The lady with the large gun but small brain clears a ward and then stops for a second to make one final edit to her will, because she apparently was just so excited for it to get executed. I have to leave lane for 2 seconds, and I told Draven just sit under that statue till Archer Mommy gets back, but he would rather get the fattest fist in the world shoved up his shithole, to which I'm like, damn, I haven't been a sexy custodian since Halloween 2014, but I guess I could whip it out and do some cleaning up, as I got in a bit of a tussle with the Conor McGregor pink-haired fangirl while just weight rooming by alt so I could make her sit still and die in the light of my hawkshot. Then I back and sell my support item and send a celeb shot from downtown Disney so that Inspector Gadget can use his fucked up back arm to 3D print mid-diff on Bird Hitler's dead ass. Tyler 1 is doing Tyler 1 things, which leaves me in a bit of a pickle, as I can just see the silvery low planning going on between these two, but they forgot to account for the 700-pound arrow I keep in my back pocket, while I forgot to account for Riot's buggy code where towers just decide to look the other way from my killer when I'm laying dead on the ground right in front of them. Anyways, there's a giant metal moron up top who slapped the entire planet of Pluto on the end of a steel rod, and now he's whacking J3's dumb son with it, so I send a bit of weaponized roofies up his way to hopefully help the situation, and thanks to Coughing Carl from Arcane they are able to put a stop to it. There's an albino wildebeest in river that I told the boys we could visit, but the experience wasn't a good one thanks to Commander Cucksuck and his allergy to smiting, as I do everything in my power to assure that we win this team fight right after, and I think you could say, sup diff, and this can be demonstrated in the next fight where we have a battle of the supporting babes up top, but I have over 1,000 more gold from support items plus a bunch of passive income paychecks from previous homicides, so easy peasy solo bolo here. Throw one more giant ass arrow into the mix, followed by this Tristana having happy hoppy I'm so sloppy syndrome, and one last failed Dragon Steel by Pink Floyd with the swollen mittens, and I was fed enough to go full Smurfy boy on their bot lane. So yes, thanks for watching my shit content, give double support items a try and subscribe if you enjoyed the commentary. Rav out.